In this video, I'm going to show you how to deal with missing value in RapidMiner. Usually in RapidMiner, we can use two ways to deal with missing value. One is simply remove the observation that was missing, and we will get a smaller data set. The second way is to replace the missing value with something else, and usually we replace it with an average value for numeric variables and with a mode value for the categorical variables, and that will not affect the total size of your data set. So I'm going to show you both, and let's start from the first method to delete the observations with missing value. In order to delete it, and in RapidMiner, you don't really have, if you search missing value, there is no like delete missing values or delete the observation with missing values. What we usually do is that we can use a filter examples that remember filter example can help us to filter the observations that satisfy with certain conditions. So here we can make use of it, and by applying the condition is missing or is not missing in order to filter the observations set with valid values. So we can use the filter examples operator and to filter our original data set. And for the filter examples that we can put, we can add the filters. But before that, we need to check which, let me disable it and let me see the original data set. And we would like to see which variable include missing value. So let's say the statistics and the missing value, it seems like we have 5 variables that have missing, and we don't need to worry about age and the children, but we need to delete all others. Okay, so let's come back and let's add the filter examples back. Right over here, okay. And we can add the filters for those columns except age and the children. Let's select the variable, and then in the condition we can drag it down to the bottom, and it has is missing and it's not missing. So here for our observations, we would like to keep all the observations that does not have missing value. So let's do it is not missing. And then there's no other values for you to compare, and it's not missing itself, it's just the condition. So we can add entry for all of them. BMI is not missing, and smoker is not missing, and for other variables, and let's do all the same for all of them. It's not missing. Okay, and then at the end, we can choose whether we want to match one of them or all of them. And because we want to remove all the missing values, so we can just select the first one, match all the conditions. Okay, and then let's run that. So after you run it, if you check the number of observations, and you will see we have less observations. And if we just take a look on our data set, it seems like the missing values got disappeared. We can also double check using the statistics and check the missing column, and all are zeros. That means now we don't have any missing value. And the data set is good now. And then probably you want to use some other models later. So you can always put the filter example with your data set. And if you want to apply any other analysis, you just put it here after the filter example. So that is the first way that we can do to help us remove the missing value. And now let's take a look on the second way that we can do to deal with missing value, which is to replace the missing value with something else. RapidMiner provides us an operator called replace missing value. You can simply search missing value, and it is under cleansing, missing, and the first one called replace missing values. So that is the operator we can use. We connect it with our data set, and we check the settings, the parameters for this operator. That the simple way is that we just don't filter the attribute. We don't select a subset of attribute. And we just let the RapidMiner to do the cleansing thing on all the variables. And if the variable does not include missing value, the RapidMiner will not change anything. If the variable includes missing value, the RapidMiner will replace the missing value with here in the bottom. So that's the thing you can set. By default, that is the average, and you can also change it to like a minimum, maximum by 0 or by a particular value. If you want to, if you have some value in mind and you want to manually put it, you can do it. But for us, usually we just want to use the average to replace the missing value. So now it looks good, and we can connect our example set from the output, so which is a cleaned data set to our final result. And the second one is the original data set. We can also connect it and just to see the difference. So we run the data set and we can see here is our original data set, and we can see we have a missing on sex on row 9, and we have 2 missings on charges on row 15 and 16. So now let's see our new data set after we replace the missing value. So number of observations, it didn't change, they're the same, and we don't remove any observation. And for row 9, the one with missing value on sex, it got replaced by male. And for row 15 and 16, and on the charges, it got replaced by the average value in the charges column. And if you check the statistics here, you can also say the missings now is 0 for all the variables, and those will be replaced. And it doesn't really affect your average value for your data set, and it doesn't have a significant effect on the distribution of your data set. And it doesn't decrease the number of observations in your data set. So again, here this cleaned data set from the first output node example. So that is a data set we want to use for our further analysis. And you can still keep this missing value close to your data node, and then put other analytical operators here after the replacing missing value.